Like, sometimes you just kind of ask for it.
Yeah,
It's kind of like, you know,
he was asking for it.
the Explosion Man died. What happened?
Yeah, he died doing what he loves.
He did, and he filmed it. So
Hey, we're live now.
what is death porn?
Oh wait, we are live now.
Yeah.
Hi, all, we are live now. You can't see us.
You can't see us.
What they call it in Strange Days?
Snuff porn.
Snuff porn, yeah. And apparently, so this guy, he filmed his own death, and it survived.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it survived the fall.
All right.
He did not. Yeah. So rooftop plunges to death from Chinese high rise.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The guy trying to be like the French guy.
Trying, I think, is the operative phrase in that article. Trying to be like.
Yeah, of course, this is me paraphrasing. Nobody wrote anything like that.
I like your way of putting it much better. He was trying to be like. Yeah.
But he failed.
Yeah. So apparently, let's see.
No, you transition over, I suppose. What we'll do is we'll fuck around for a few minutes.
Yeah, well, we'll do the introduction. We can do beer court when Ryan gets here to talk about what you're going to be up to, what I'm going to be up to.
Well, you know.
Whoops.
Every time.
Go ahead.
Not every time.
Yeah, it is. Every other time.
No.
I'm going to do a clip.
A montage.
It's time for a montage. Speaking of montages,
First of all,
live from the 6th floor basement of the Guys, Games, and Beer Tower. Somebody should mod me. It's Guys, Games, and Beer Mod Night.
Yay!
Beer Cart's
Wow.
going to be a little bit delayed while beer shows up.
I don't really have a project. I got a little one. Yeah.
Wow, that was very enthusiastic of you, though. Really, really. Okay.
This is probably the most screwed up mod night because, like my backlight, my light didn't show up to mod, so I'm gonna go take this Game Gear apart that I've been screwing with for a month. And
The good news is I actually have what I'm going to work on tonight, so that's something. So tonight I'm doing a GameCube. I'm going to do a Xenomod on this one.
What's the Xenomod?
The Xenomod's a mod chip you can put inside your GameCube.
Ryan!
Oh, look, he bought more beer. God,
Jesus.
the
He
night
goes
just keeps
packing.
He does. Holy shit. So,
Ryan has also brought the heart we're going to transplant into Larry!
Yay!
Larry's
I was
heart!
going to go with liver, but heart's okay too.
Yeah.
It's mod night, so
Yeah, we're modding Larry tonight.
so in steampunk fashion, I'm getting this extra special bionic heart.
Yeah.
So that'll be great.
So getting back to what I was talking about, though. So I've got, as you guys know, I've got a ton of GameCubes. I have not modded any of them yet. So the Xenomod is probably the most common mod you see for it. It's a mod chip that actually goes onto the board. And the cool thing about so here's the thing. That is the Xenomod. That little board right there. And
That's teeny.
That is a teeny tiny little board that you solder.
That's not what you want to hear.
That you solder directly to the
What you want to hear?
the controller board on your GameCube. What the Xenomod allows you to do is it's region free. So if you want to run like Japanese games on a US system or US games on a Japanese system, you can do that.
I see. Now the name makes sense.
Right, xenomorphic. Right.
I was gonna say like a xenophobe, right?
But
It's
no, how about
someone
xenomorphic?
is like afraid of like
Yeah,
alien things.
but it's not afraid of it.
But this will make it okay with
But
alien things.
here's the other cool thing about the Xenomod is you can back up your original discs and play burnt discs after you do the Xenomod. So
Sweet.
it is really you can still get the DVD-Rs in this format because they were fairly common for a lot of DVD recording cameras. So you can still buy discs like this and burn your own discs as well. The other mod I've seen people do, which is a little bit more crazy than I'm going to do, is I've seen people actually remove the top of their system so they can just pop a full-size disc on top of it and play a full-size disc. Because a full-size disc will not fit in this system. It will only take the small DVD-Rs. If you remove the top and just leave the player in place, you can actually set a disc on there because it's got the snap-on disc holder.
What's the
and
up
play it
there?
that way. What's the upside? These discs fairly expensive. Regular DVDRs, cheap as fuck. So
okay. So then you do both mods if you wanted to be able to play
full-size DVDRs. Whereas if you don't mind spending a few extra bucks and buying the miniature DVDRs like they use for cameras, it'll work just fine. You can pop those right in. They're the same size as the standard GameCube disc. So yeah, like I said, I'm doing a Xeno mod tonight. This is again my first time cracking into one of these. Special tool-wise, you do need to make. Like all Nintendo crap, they use those security screws, so you need the security screwdriver or security nut drivers that are available. I've purchased a set
Way to go, Beavis and Butthead on that.
Yeah, I purchased a set a long time ago, so I've got all the different nut drivers that fit inside of Nintendo equipment.
You can drive my nuts.
So. All right, so that's the mod I'm going to be doing tonight. I'll talk about it as I'm doing it. Ryan, what mod are you doing tonight? Of course, I had to hit him because he
Make sure to face away from the mic when you're talking to him.
And no problem. I made sure to pick him because he wasn't ready.
Yeah. Just repair day here. I've got.
Oh, you got a
Well,
box?
depends on what.
Dang, you got a box full of stuff to work
There's
on.
a virtual
Look at
boy
this.
head.
Ooh,
So, first things first is I've got my Intellivision all taken apart.
Ooh, I guess you do.
Controllers. And
It's a
I just need to
bag
find
of
out
television.
if it's the controllers, because I've heard membranes
Go bad.
Yeah.
So I was going to do that. Tom brought it Intellivision for me to try a controller. If it works on mine, then I fix membranes. If it's not, then it might be something else.
Right, all right.
And since they hardwire the controllers into the system,
Yeah.
the only way to get them off is to take them fully apart. Second thing is that shouldn't take too long to figure out whether or not it's...
Yeah, whether you have to...
And then the second one is I lost one of the images on my Virtual Boy, and I just have to take it apart and work on those little...
the flexible cable in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to reflow that with heat.
Yeah, where's your...
You're a brave soul, dude. You're a brave soul. Okay, no, good call, because that's got to be reflowed.
Yeah,
no, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Nothing wrong
to do.
with
The
a
Virtual
reflow.
Boy. The
And
Virtual
then
Boy's a cool one to
Get
work on.
myself to stop bleeding.
Oh, that's a good thing
So
too.
one of the screens on the lens is not working.
Yeah. Well, actually, both are not working right now.
Right. Very often too, you'll get like image corruption. If you look at it, you'll get extra lines appearing and so on. That usually means that it's beginning to separate inside. Real common problem with the Virtual Boys.
And I too have the Nintendo bit,
Yeah,
but I might use yours because
Holy crud! You know,
This
I got a
thing-
reflow I can do.
this thing is didn't like fitting all the way down.
Yeah, I think mine are thin all the way down, so
Yeah.
you should be able to get it in there. Yes, I've got the
So-
Nintendo security keys with me, or security drivers with me. All right,
All
cool. Rob, what were you thinking of doing?
Oh, actually, I got a Game Boy laying around too that needs a reflow.
That would be a.
I mean, I'll go grab that sucker from upstairs and do that one.
All right.
That'll work pretty easy too.
Cool.
That's an easy one to do.
How about you, Larry? What are you up to?
I'm mostly here to learn and drink beer.
Sounds like a very good plan to me. We should probably do beer carts.
We will. I will solder this guy back together and get our light working again. So
Our sweet.
we'll know if we're actually recording or not. Because right now, we're
Yeah, because
not-
we're not,
no
we're not
idea.
sure you guys are actually listening to us at all.
Juicy Juice Splasher.
So-
We're not anyway
No.
because
The hell?
Yeah, no, that's fine. There's alcohol in it, right?
If there was alcohol in it. All right. So
Well, no, I think I have another emergency beer.
oh shit.
was it that crappy?
Beer hoppy. Don't worry, beer hoppy.
Guys,
Both people have started it. have
beer
pretty much dumped
community.
it after.
Let's settle down on the hops a little bit.
Yeah.
Just-
What?
Just a little bit.
I like my shit hoppy.
Hey, you know what?
I don't mind hoppy. I just mind so hoppy I can't drink it.
It's kind of like.
Well, there can be too much hop.
Warheads are nice, but
Oh, look at-
not
we're
400 of them.
classy.
Damn! He is classing this joint up tonight.
Look at this. Oh, that's just wrong. What's a guy sitting in his garage supposed to do? What's he supposed to do?
He's gonna suffer. Oh, and they're even chilled. Oh, I'm sure that's unintentional.
They've been sitting in the car all day, so you know.
All right.
And I'm gonna probably floor some of the stuff so that you can actually see us modding. Because right now we've got a heart cooler, PBR, and my Dunkin' Donuts box, which actually has an Armiga in it.
Oh, sweet.
I was gonna load with some games.
Okay.
As a what?
Armiga. It's a fake. You
So apparently not ready for da-da-das.
For nuts, but we are ready for beer court.
Look, I got my adapter for it, which is a
You are
bitch
fixing it up.
because this sucker uses some nuts.
That actually looks pretty cool.
The Armiga is
Don't
really
let too
cool.
close.
All right, so
It's a little rough printed, I would say.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit rough printed. Alright, so I am going to.
I want to know more about that. I must have been missing.
Oh,
the
don't
day.
worry. I can talk about it a little bit.
All right. Shall we?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, beer court.
Beer
Yeah.
court.
We should probably do beer court.
We
Hold
can
on a
do beer
second.
court.
All
then
right,
we'll start-
I'm ready.
We'll start the modding.
No. Yeah, then while you're.
Got a lot of air out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Let it breathe.
Let it
Yeah.
Like a
breathe.
fine wine.
Yeah.
Like something. I'll give you something. There we go.
Oh, look at this. It's even marked.
This is gonna be one of those episodes that doesn't have really it's almost a Three Stooges episode, really.
Yeah, well,
no real
the
beginning
way
or
the
end.
way my day has been working, yeah. No, a Three Stooges episode pretty well suits it.
What? Well, how do you do it?
All right.
Well, no. Hasn't
Don't be
been
cheating,
brought up
Beagle.
yet.
Don't be cheating yet. All right. Are we ready?
Well, I thought we'd get one kind of
Oh.
started so that
Okay.
you could, you know,
Yeah.
3,
see if there's anything underneath here.
2, 1.
Ba-dum-dum. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Ba-da-da.
Beer court.
All right. So, what are we doing on beer court tonight, guys? Brian, you up on this one?
Oh.
Yeah, you bring it in, so
Well,
it's your responsibility.
You didn't
this
bring
was
it.
brought to us.
This was bought to us.
Yeah.
So, this one has...
Oh yeah, this is a melt one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this one is from our buddies at Ale Asylum out of Madison, Wisconsin. This is it's an Indian Pale Ale. What exactly is the name of this again?
Is it just B2D2?
I think it's B2D2 IPA.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a weird ass combination of the package itself. So if you look at it from the front, it's kind of got this whole R2D2 arm thing going here. But then as you turn the can around, it looks very similar to a Nintendo NES controller. You know, the little 4 D-pad and the 2-player buttons. In this case, that say B2D2 on them. It's an IPA. What did it say? Not too much about it. I don't know much about this particular one.
7.2% alcohol.
Ooh, it's
Pretty
fairly
good.
high, actually.
Analog beer with high definition flavor from Ale Asylum in Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, and again, we've done some Ale Asylum stuff before. Generally, their stuff seems to be pretty darn good.
And what did Larry
Now-
discover?
So if you peel off the label.
Okay, so if you remember, 2 weeks ago, was it now?
Yeah.
That we did this beer right here. The Burr
Yeah.
Oak Clyde's
The caramel cream, baby.
caramel cream, which
Delicious.
was really good. And if you remember, we found out when you peel the label off, it looks like a little oak barrel under it, which is kind of cool. Well, Ale Asylum's done something in the same. This is actually a sticker. This sticker, by the way, is put on pretty damn crooked. Really, guys?
Quality control.
Little quality control. Look at this sticker, dudes. Look at this sticker.
Well, they let 'em drink.
But that being said,
So
Larry's peeled his off, Larry.
yeah, so they have a message for you, and it says, you must be the curious type. We're not sure what you were expecting when you peeled back the label on the can.
Naked women.
The wizard? The answer to the ultimate question of life? The universe? And everything?
Nice.
Hitchhiker Guide.
This got parentheses 42.
Of course.
Are you sure, however, that you are the person of discerning taste and unimpeachable character? A beacon of humanity in a sometimes inhumane world? Because with all the options facing you and your thirst desires, you, I don't know, inscrutinated some faceless company blandless for real beer made by real people with real thirst for quenching yours.
Aw.
Bravo, you. Bravo.
Bravo.
And after that, I'm parched.
Yes,
Well
yeah,
so-
just after reading all that up.
Yeah.
All right, let's give this a try and see how it is, guys.
That's how it goes back.
I've been drinking it like the whole time. Well, that tastes just like
Well,
the
it's
ass
not-
end of
it's-
RPG.
it says-
Oh.
Does not have a particular lot of aromatics to it.
No, no.
So the open face
It smells
glass
like cat
did
urine,
not-
doesn't it?
did not really add a lot, I don't think. Good hops. Good hops.
Not
They
overly
got
hoppy.
yeah, it's got a nice hop level.
Yeah, you know, it's a pretty straight IPA.
That's okay. There's something to be said about not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear, smooth.
Yeah.
Allows you to drink other things later in the night.
Yeah, yeah, it really would. Yeah, this is not going to kill you for the evening, so.
You know, there is nothing wrong with not being an offensive IPA. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's okay to be non-offensive as an
I think this pretty well qualifies as a non-offensive IPA.
IPA.
I will not say. Probably should do that. There's probably chemicals on there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah.
There goes some
I've seen
cancer.
Seinfeld. That lady died.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, well,
It happens.
Yeah.
you know, would I go out on my way to buy it? Probably not, but if they're serving it at the bar, would I order it? Yeah, probably.
So if it was in the cooler, you'd probably grab
Oh yeah, I'd drink it. All right, gentlemen.
Yeah.
You know, it's a pretty solid IPA.
Yeah. I think again, there's something to be said about that. I think you can go too far.
You saw I got to.
You heard the milk?
No, I mean it's just a good straight IPA. There's nothing, you know, there's nothing offensive about it. There's nothing, oh my God, this is amazing about it either. So
But that's okay.
sometimes that's what you want to drink.
Yep.
All right, Judge Rob, pass verdict on this bitch.
Count one. Smelling like cat urine. I find you guilty as F. What? Really? You're offended by that?
Oh.
I count two. Getting people too drunk to leave Mos Eisley. I also find you guilty.
Yeah, 7-2. That's up there for an IPA.
Yeah. I sentence you to
Drinking.
Yeah. Well, there's.
Okay, so you already know why we're here. We've already been talking about that for the last 15, 20 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and get started right away. I
Yep.
think.
I'm gonna clear the deck a little bit.
I'll
over
clear
here.
the deck. You can go grab your project.
I'm
if you
gonna
want.
get. I'm gonna do a reflow on a Game Boy, which is a pretty easy task. And I have one laying around, and then I'm gonna go work on my Game Gear, which is gonna give me a freaking headache.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly working.
I like that. It's mostly working.
You know, like I said, they reflowed it. They did not recap it. And that's something to look for.
All right. So again, the first thing I have to do on mine is to get my Game Gear. I'm sorry, my GameCube apart. So I'm going to work on that first, and then once I get it to the point where I'm actually going to put the board in there, I will go ahead and bring that up on screen. This particular GameCube, I like a lot of mine. I've got the Game Boy adapter on it, so you can run Game Boy cartridges on it. I actually have quite a few of these, surprisingly enough. I don't know how I ended up with so many of them, but I somehow or another ended up with a bitch load of the GameCube adapters. So, well, we actually use them is what it is. When we do our show, when we take equipment out occasionally, we set up all sorts of weird GameCube configurations that need the adapter. So this just comes off with a couple screws on the bottom, and then this adapter pulls away. So we will unscrew that and very gently, or as reasonably gently as I can, take that off. So so the one thing that nice about modding your GameCube is very often you can find these really cheap, but the problem is there's a special DVD that comes with it, and without the DVD, this is pretty much paperweight. So you have to have the DVD. So if you mod, and the mod chip is cheap, sub $10 for the mod chip. If you mod your GameCube, and you can find these cheap, you can burn your own copy of the player disc, and that is a really nice feature to be able to do.
I might have to look into that.
See that? And that's exactly, so you've got one but don't have the disc, right?
Right, correct.
Often the problem. The problem was that people would have these and lose the damn disc for it. And then again, this becomes a paperweight. So you can get these cheap if you buy them without the disc.
What? Oh, wait. What?
So there's a DVD that goes with this that boots this into here, into the Game Boy player. But the problem is if you lose that disc, even if this is attached, if you stick a cartridge in, it doesn't know it's there.
It's the little disc.
Yeah, exactly. And so by modding your GameCube, it'll use a burnt disc. You can make your own copy of the disc for this.
Oh.
And at that point, you're faded.
Right.
So it's worth the $10 mod and the little time you're going to take to mod this to be able to use this. Because in all honesty, this actually works really well. If you haven't used one of the Game Boy adapters for your GameCube, it really is a cool piece of kit. All right.
I'm going to take apart the Intellivision. All 6 screws.
You got wire strippers?
I sure do. You want strippers or do you want dice?
Strippers would be easier. If you have the...
I do.
Yeah, that would be easier. I might have to go the other direction because these guys might not be small enough.
So there's 4 of these security screws holding the GameCube together. And again, you can find these on eBay. I think you can actually get them on Amazon. They usually come as a set. There's 2 sizes that fit the various Nintendo cartridges as well as Nintendo systems. So they usually sell them as a set of 2.
And doesn't Sega use a different style
Yes.
screw set too?
Yep. So these are for the Nintendo. I'm sorry, for the GameCube, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Nintendo systems, yeah. All right, let's see. There's 1. All right, look at the 2 at. Still stuck in here, yeah.
Oops.
All right.
Where's the switch?
Top comes off. There's no wiring or hardware to the top. It literally just sits there. The buttons are just push-through buttons. So we'll just take and set that aside.
Oh. Spare soldering iron. Pump.
Oh wait. Oh the blower things are going on.
Yeah.
Alright.
Power up.
Do you think that would work for the flowing?
It should
Oh, yeah.
actually.
That's what I do.
That's
I mean,
really
it's
what
on
it's
this.
meant. That's really what it's meant to do. All right. So once I'm inside, it actually switches over to a standard Phillips, so I can use a standard Phillips screwdriver inside to.
Let's we're gonna look at this 100-year-old Game Boy. Talk about what's wrong with it.
Take this apart. So what I have to actually do is to remove the CD-ROM drive. I'm sorry, the DVD-ROM drive unit from this, and the board goes under this. You know, again, when you look at the construction of the GameCube, it really is quite good.
Why is that?
So the overall, the design is good. The fact that they actually put a cooling fan into it, in all honesty, I don't think I've ever had one where the cooling fan failed. So they must have used a fairly good quality cooling fan in there. All right, so basically, this little board is the cooling fan system and the switch. I'm just going to set mine off to the side. You can unplug it and remove it completely, but I'm just going to put it off to the side right now.
Most systems had cooling fans by now, didn't they? By this gen?
No.
So that was newish.
That's got to be fairly newish. So,
The original PlayStation did not.
correct. PS2 did not.
They did not believe in cooling
No,
back in
yes,
the
you
day.
had the fan back corner.
Oh, that's right. It did in the back corner. Never mind. Yeah, so no, I guess it was this generation. You're right, Larry.
Xbox definitely did.
Yeah, oh, God, yeah.
I mean, you're right, Larry.
And it's still melted down.
All right, bud. So be careful with that. It does not have feedback. So
You didn't buy a new one yet?
I
To
did.
melt
That
it?
is a new one, but unfortunately, it does not work with this model either. So I had to go
So
order
it
the
will
right
melt
one
again?
for this model. Yeah. So
Okay.
it will melt if you're not careful.
Do you have a surge strip?
Yeah, over there somewhere. Just use that big old extension cord, but don't plug it in over there because that doesn't work. It might be on one of these switches. By the way, interesting G2B fact. If you look behind here, there is some light switches. Nobody has any idea what they do. No idea whatsoever what the hell those light
You
switches
do remember
do.
Christmas Vacation, right?
Yeah, right.
Out in the garage.
Who knows? No idea what that thing does. Alright.
Oh, there's an outlet right here.
Yeah, no extensions. It's easy. That's one ugly outlet, isn't it?
It's like half
I gotta
it's
redo that one
embedded into
one
the
of
wall.
these days. Yeah. Nice days I'll redo that one. Oh, there's another set of caps. I'll be damned. These are the audio ones though. I don't need them. Well, I do,
Right,
but
just don't seem like much to it.
Well, the main board's under here. So, and there really isn't a ton to it. So basically, you've got the main board under here and then the subboard up front here for your controllers.
Well, it wouldn't have had a hard drive at this point, right?
Right.
I don't know if
So,
the reflow is going to work on this particular
yeah, so the
Game Boy, but
the PS2, if you remember, you could get a hard drive for it, but it was an external one that you put on the back of it. And then this one did not have any hard drive options available.
I think you voided your warranty.
You think? Maybe touch?
This may avoid your warranty.
Yeah, we should probably have that warning before we start the show. This may void your warranty.
30-year-old warranty. This guy over a little bit.
Needless to say, they put a shitload of screws in here.
Which is
It's
unusual.
good construction right there, buddy. That means
Yes.
good construction was done.
I'm used to about like one holding something really heavy.
Yeah.
That's how I roll.
Let's see, I think I've got to take out these back too as well.
Mod night.
Mod night.
Great. Great.
I have to take that thing didn't come. According to the delivery, it's gonna be here tomorrow. So
Well,
it's
of
like,
course,
come on.
a day after you
Wasn't
need
it
it.
plugged the controller and didn't let you see which way it was.
Oh, really? There it is.
It won't kill it. I love this. I have like some people's numbers, like Santos and Jenny and Johnny. I have no idea why these are here.
Oh, it's the
So,
ability here.
if I promised you
Just so you
people
know.
that I would swing with you, sorry.
Ain't happening.
Sorry, I just forgot. It happens every once in a while. I just forget.
Santos.
Yeah, that's quite right.
I am Santos.
Santos.
That was a reference for those of you who've seen the movie Orgasmo.
Which is a movie you definitely should see.
Oh, it is. My God, that movie's hilarious.
Drunk.
Drunk is even better, but even sober, that movie's good. Mormon porn film, that's all I gotta say. Oh, not that kind of Mormon porn. Don't kid yourself, there is such a thing.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of worries me.
Only that I liked it.
They just can't record it, right?
Right. Yeah, that's a no.
No,
Well,
it's not.
I mean it's recorded, but secretly, obviously.
Alright. Too many damn screws!
Let's see. That'll work.
lining up another solder over
Yep.
there.
Yes, I am. It's not as good. This is kind
Well,
of.
I think it'll work for this guy.
That's what I replaced.
I think it'll very much work for this.
Here,
It's
otherwise,
just
Rob.
ding, ding.
It's not work for that.
I've got this one, Rob. It's got the little LED lighting and stuff on it.
Yeah, that's
We
pretty
just want to
sexy.
plug that one in.
Yeah, I'll use that.
All right.
Pro tip: remove the plastic bag before using this.
Take that apart,
Is that
too.
necessary? Plastic bag? Do you think?
Well, you don't want your coppers going all over the place.
If you lose this, you can always use an SOS pad. How to get cancer tip. Momentarily, I'm gonna be asking Tom for his glasses. Let's see.
Guess what? They don't have with me.
How often, if
We're going blind.
almost ever, do you replace these guys?
Never. I just buy a new one. They're like $5. It's a nice one though. I like
Yeah,
this
well,
one.
you
is a
buy a
really
new
nice
one.
one.
I get you buy a new one. How often do you do that?
Almost never. It's probably my first new one. I don't know how many years because I lost the other one.
So it's
That
not,
said, I very often will just like use a sponge to clean off my tap. I'm not real
not real
complicated.
fancy.
Yes, I'll occasionally wipe it off on a table I'm using or whatever. Really, I'm not. Yeah. Dude. Okay, so I totally like did something with the thing I was fixing.
Yeah.
Oh, could you pass me that Game Boy?
All right.
Excuse me.
Featuring Tetris.
Excuse
me.
If you're gonna play something, play Tetris on your Game Boy. Just don't waste your time.
That is the game to play.
You got a tri-wing on you? I'm gonna have to go searching for my damn tri-wing. Tri-wing screwdriver?
Yeah, I might. Hold on. Here, look in.
Try
I don't want to go searching for it.
No, it should be in there. Look, that. So Nintendo,
You know-
Nintendo has always used weird ass screws.
Yeah.
So the tri-wings should be in there. No, the little ones that are in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, thank you. That's perfect.
Wow, something exploded upstairs. You know,
And it's leaking through?
well, I'm just. The next floor up, there's nothing but like dead things, right?
That's
As I
right.
recall, for 5 floors, there's like toxic waste dump.
Oh, and by the way, this is also what you have to do when you have to replace the battery in your GameCube. The battery is on the front panel here. It's got a button battery that's soldered onto the board. Is it soldered on this one? No, I don't think it's soldered on. I think it's clipped on. It's been a while.
Probably a screw, because apparently there's 6,000.
Oh,
of them in
have you
there.
noticed how? I mean, look at that, dude.
That is a
Welcome
lot
to Ryan's ASMR white noise station.
I'm trying to get off him. And it just goes.
That's like a total thing, right? Like
Yeah,
White
it's
noise?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a thing.
I can
like
do
weird,
volume down.
weird sounds that are just like.
I sleep good
constant weird
sometimes.
sounds.
Hey!
Who's watching this?
We have got Benjamin, who says...
Ben Thompson or Ben Franklin?
Nope, Thompson.
Hi, Thompson.
What up, Thompson?
All
Ryan's beard is looking nice, he says.
Yeah.
It is actually
Dead
nice.
sexy?
It is.
Well, you know.
It is dead sexy. Okay, so if you're gonna fuck around with this, you can cover the laser and put it aside that way. But because I'm not actually doing anything on the board, I'll just set the whole thing aside carefully. Don't set it upside down.
You're
like,
losing pieces left
Oh,
and
shit,
right
I am.
there.
That's the yeah.
It's like that with any
Don't
drunken
set it
project.
like that because if you set it like that, you can screw up the head. So the connector for the drive is right there. That's where it actually fits
Do
on
they
the
get
board
out
below
of
it.
place, like so they can't read anymore?
they-
Like I
they're
mean, that
more-
used to be a thing, right?
Yeah, it used to be. You're more apt to scratch than you are to knock it out of place.
Well, okay.
So, all right.
Yeah, a little bit of a heat sink on
So
there.
you can totally
Yeah.
like hear the screw like banging around underneath. Here it is. Underneath me? There we go.
No.
That's my finger. There it is.
What am I
There we go.
soldering?
I mean, son of a gun.
What am I soldering? Well, that was my finger.
I've done that a couple of times. Trust me.
So where's this board got to go? That's the board. That's the. Where's the rest of the board gotta go?
Underneath here. I'm going to take that heat sink
So you
off
gotta
if I'm
take
not
more
mistaken.
screws out.
Yeah, oh god, yes. I'm just getting started.
Now, did anybody bring any coolant thermal goo?
I think, no, wait, is it on the bottom of the side of this?
I might have some.
No, actually, it
goo
might be under here, actually. Now that I think
in
about it.
the.
Because if you're
In
gonna
the
take
box.
that off,
No,
you're
gotta
gonna break that thermal.
Yeah, no,
right?
it might be under there, actually.
Okay, so-
completely under it.
I mean, I assume the processor's sitting here.
Yeah, yeah. So, no, now that I think about it, it might be under there.
Hey, if it's still flowing, buddy, it's all right. You can reuse the goo.
Yeah, exactly. As long as it's not hardened up.
In fact, I run a very nice secondhand goo business.
He scrapes and recovers goo.
Yes. I'll send you my goo.
Don't let him send you your goo. Trust me on this one, all right? We all know that ends badly. If Rob sends you his goo, yeah.
Oh, he asks, is that a new mic? No, it's just like, it's usually off camera.
Yeah. Yeah, so,
We moved it.
yeah, Rob did literally a modification to the studio and put the microphone up coming down from the ceiling on a swing arm, which actually works out really freaking well.
That outlet doesn't do
You know
anything.
what? No, that's...
Yeah, I told you that.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, I did say, don't use that outlet.
Hey, maybe that's one of the light switches. Is to turn on that outlet.
I've done that before, but I'm afraid to turn them off more on camera
Because we might go off. Yeah. Actually, no. You know what? That
It almost
board's
certainly
going
is
to
one.
mount under here.
All right. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. So this we can set aside because this
All
we
right,
don't need
so-
right now. This is what we need. I do need to cover that lead.
The first possibility on this is that this is actually just loose. So I'm going to just try reseating this, which is this little membrane right here.
Ah.
I'm sorry, this little membrane right here. It's not that little. God, I miss this, right?
I know.
Remember when that was a little membrane?
Yeah. Yeah. Nowadays, man, all these
Insane in
little,
the membrane.
all these
It's
little
like
tiny,
really
tiny
thick and
ones.
stuff.
Yeah, it's like huge, you know?
By today's standards, that's freaking huge.
Oh, I know.
That's what I tell Darlene.
By
By
today's
today's
standards,
standards,
that's
it's
freaking
huge.
huge. What's that?
It's
Nice.
okay. It's tough.
Looks
No,
good.
it's,
How to
that's
test
why it's tough to work on like little laptops and stuff.
Oh,
so
I
it's
hate it.
paper thin ones nowadays, man. It's just like,
Oh
man.
yeah, I remember which way these goes in.
Yeah,
Let's see
oh,
what
you
we
already
got.
took, have you taken my
And
part
zips
yet?
are not always as
Okay, well,
zippy
you always
as
look at
they
mine.
should be.
No, they're not zero
Well, I got
insertion
fillers off,
force.
so-
They are some insertion. They should be called SIFs. Some is,
Some
Insertion required, yeah. For it.
or pub probably will break insertion force. Just saying.
So, you know, the biggest part about doing this particular mod is just, like Larry was talking about, the sheer freaking volume of screws that you have to take
Yeah.
off to do this mod. The board itself is tiny, and there's only like 4 or 5 solder points on it. Everything else, though, man, is a billion damn screws underneath everything.
So new.
Oh, so you opened up the DVDs to take a look at them, huh?
What? No, I opened it up to give you a trade.
Oh! I was wondering
Hey,
where you
Larry,
got
what you
that
doing,
from.
buddy?
I was wondering where you got that from.
Man, there's sodas on the ground here, like all over the place, brother.
Oh yeah, no, I
Perfect.
only opened them so that you'd have
Okay.
a reasonable place. So, pro tip: have a place to put your screws.
Yeah, which I normally do at home, but we're not at home right now. So that
Usually I put
Xeno
them
mod
in
chip
my
is going to go right here. You can see what looks like there should be an IC soldered on there, but it's blank. That's where the Xeno mod chip is going to go. You got that? All right.
You know, that was kind of a stupid move on my part, where I was like, "Oh, I'm going to pull this closer so I can see it."
Tom, do you have anything
But-
you would like me not to touch?
This is old guy night.
No, but I have something you want to. That I might want.
This is old guy night, so hold that for me.
Where do you have to?
So the Xeno mod. So this is the DVD ROM player out of your.
72 screws later.
Out of that, yes. Yeah. Yeah, literally. So you see where it looks like there's a chip not on the
Oh,
board?
yeah.
That's where the Xenomod board's
Oh.
going to go. Yeah, now here's the tricky part. You actually have to tin the 4 end joints there and then put it on top. I'm going to show you guys a little pro tip. We're going to cover the ones we don't want to solder on,
And then you just put them.
and that way the solder won't accidentally flow on those. Because we're only soldering to the four corners of where that is. We're not soldering in the middle. So
However, for that, we're going to use a plastic bag.
yeah, well that's
It's going to be great.
Actually, I was going to see if your wife
There
had
you
some
go.
nail polish floating around.
She might if she's around.
Oh, shoot. That's right. She's gone. Okay. Well, I can do it another way.
Yeah, you can raid a bathroom. You know?
Yeah, just.
I'm not raiding his bathroom.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Well, that's true, too. But that's a whole other issue. So what I'm going to do real quick here, though, is I am going to cover this lens
That thing heated up enough
so that when I put it down, it does not get anything on it. Let me,
Should be.
All right.
Try it out, bud.
See what it
Need
is.
some solder?
Yeah, a little bit of solder would probably be all right.
So again, I'm just going to cover the
Roll
laser
the sleeves up now.
the laser lens so that nothing can get at it when I get to work here.
I think the solder. Where's the?
Here, I got some solder right
I think the solder's over there.
there. There's some right there.
Okay, great. All right.
Ugh!
That's been about a million years since
Like I'm
I
bumping
tried
into
this.
the. I'm bumping into the. Yeah.
He's
careful.
bumping uglies.
Here, wait. I'll get you around it, buddy.
All right.
I don't want you to burn yourself.
How much space do I have?
Not a lot. But you know,
Okay.
All right.
it's not.
So
right.
again, I've just covered the lens, so when I flip this upside down to work on it, the lens won't hit anything. So I've just taped that piece of cardboard right onto it. Okay.
All right. I'm just gonna.
I love the old days
Plop
of
this
Nintendo
right on
when they
top.
used to just put a whole lot of freaking screws in this
Just
stuff.
gonna plop this.
Yeah. Again, there are no shortage of screws in these things.
Oh, I'm screwed.
Is there a little piece of tape hanging around?
Yeah. Here,
Right there.
All right.
I keep a bunch.
That is awesome. I just need to peel this back a little bit so that and hold it, and then I'll let it back when the tape goes.
This is a crappy screen. by the way. It's just like world's
What?
worst screen. The screen that I got here, like world's worst. It's pretty bad. Looks like a bomb hit it.
All right. What I am going to do.
But you know, you stick a backlight in it, and all of a sudden it's interesting.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, eventually I'll.
So
do that.
what I'm going to do, instead of using a little nail polish on the connectors that I don't want, I'll just put, I know this may melt when I heat around it, but it'll still keep the solder from flowing. I'm just going to put a little electrical tape to cover up the contacts I don't want solder to get on. You can do the same thing with scotch tape, anything just basically so that when the solder starts to flow, it can't accidentally flow onto where you don't want it to go.
That's pretty special. So we are aware that Facebook is having problems tonight.
Yeah, so if you're trying to watch this on Facebook, you're probably not seeing us.
Yeah, I think you can just like click on the link, but they're not going to know that unless they clicked on the link. So
Right.
yeah. Oh well. Stupid Facebook. What is going on upstairs?
I'm thinking it's a dog orgy.
It might be.
I am going to get my magnifying glass out here because this is a really small area I'm working on. Let's see if I got that the right size yet.
Pro tip:
Yeah, that should do.
do not do it like Ron does. What the hell?
Let's see where are my tweezers at. I have some tweezers in here.
There we go.
Remember,
been in
how
here
the
for a while.
Intellivision boots up? Does it go right to a menu, or does it,
It
sit on
displays a black screen forever, and then
Now you have
comes
to
up.
hit a key. Now you have to hit a key.
Okay, that's what's not working. So it might be more than just the.
There are some buffer chips on there that fail. I had to replace the ones.
What the fuck? Alright.
I've cut that a little thinner yet.
So don't break these. Usually they just pop it off, but so it's fighting me a little bit. There we go. At the screen, it doesn't look too bad.
That didn't work well. Let's try that.
Man, there are are some solder blobs on this bitch. There we go.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. True story.
I created some blobs on this baby, but let's see if it plugs in and works.
And we've lost everything.
Can I have a lap if it goes bzzzt?
Oh, yeah.
Baby!
Yeah, see, there you go. A little solder, that's
Nice.
it. Beautiful.
No electrocution.
No electrocution.
Rare event.
Just bypassed. Alright, now what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to tape the end of here. And maybe it'll stay put.
Alright, so.
At the very least, it'll look prettier. And sometimes that's enough.
Great of these. Great of these.
I am good with looking pretty.
Me too.
Alright, so I've just put some tape over the contacts I don't want to get solder on. So just the 4 outer contacts are exposed, and those are the ones I'm going to tin and solder to. So, where did I put that little Xeno board at here?
FYI, after making things look pretty, always retry it.
Oh God, yes.
Before you start like buckling things down. Because I don't know how many times I've made it prettier and then it broke it.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't plug this in when it's done.
Where's
No,
the
do
magnifying
not.
glass?
Magnifying glass right here. Hold on.
There we go.
There you go.
Spartan.
Thank you, sir.
Space Spartans.
Okay. Maybe I should put a longer cord on this. Alright.
Hey, look! Oh, wow, look at that.
Beautiful!
I've done something useful
That
today.
is dead sexy.
Alright.
One
I think you do
success
something useful
project,
every
right?
day.
Hey, I'll settle for one.
So since
All
I
right,
have
now
no
what kind of
controller on either one,
Junk are
probably
you
use
doing over there? You see,
the
you got
chip
a
off the
cable,
chip?
but it's
Yeah.
just completely taken apart, pretty much.
Yeah, I actually
Yep, and
replaced
I
the
am,
ones on mine
going to
because I have the
sneak
same issue.
Okay.
Some of my keys weren't working.
Yeah, my Intellivision.
So what do you think? So what was the problem?
Okay.
Like it didn't
That's
light
why the
up.
last,
check.
like,
That means
three-
I can put my other one back.
The back
together.
is, the
And the
screen
controller
itself
goes.
is missing like 3 or 4 bars. So what I'm doing here is, I'm touching it up, but it's hard to do without some.
Yeah. You need
Cut this open. I got
need
it.
a
I have
hole
this in there so damn
for the
Yeah.
magnifying glass.
Yeah, I could probably just steal one, but
What?
hold on a second. I'm just gonna power up and
Well,
see.
you know, I mean, if it
Yeah.
makes it a little easier.
It might. Hold on a second though. Just want to take a look
Right.
and see where we're at. Wait,
So
Where's what
once
at?
I'm
the other
done,
half of it.
The other half.
Oh, right there.
so that's how that's gonna fit in there, Larry. When we're done,
So it's just sitting right on there,
it's gonna solder right to it,
as if it was always there.
as if it was always part of it.
Oh wow.
So once I'm
It's like-
done, so what I'm going to do is you can see I've taped over the contacts I don't want to accidentally
Yeah.
get solder on. I'll put a little solder on here, a little solder there, there, and there. Then I'll take this board, and you can see it's already tinned there, put that, there, that lines over that capacitor there, push it down, and then I'll put a little solder in those holes and solder to those 4 points.
You know, that's really good. You know,
That is good
it
engineering,
turns
actually.
it turns out. No, I was just thinking like putting the tape on there and stuff. You know, he travels fast,
Sure does.
especially in a circuit board.
And again, when you get a little older, kids, you'll find your hands aren't as steady as they were when you were young. So doing really small solder points, SMD stuff, surface mount, still gives me issues, man. I usually, very often I work under a microscope. Literally, I've got a dissecting scope. I put my SMD stuff under what I'm working on.
Yeah, he's got a
Definitely ready to
magnifying
go.
glass, and I do know you can get these stations that have them, like a magnifying
The
glass.
helping
kind of
hands.
thing.
I had a couple of them.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
I love them. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Am I using them? Nah.
You know, as components get smaller and smaller, which they do, you really
Here,
need
you
that
can
help.
take that. I'm done.
I'm
That's
gonna-
That's a good
Right
spot.
there is fine.
Actually, I'm going to need it
Perfect,
because
thanks.
I'm going to use that one to do this one because I just
Yeah.
need a regular soldering iron for doing
I don't know.
this.
It's not going to reach from here, so you're going to have to readjust.
All right.
You're almost certainly going to have to.
Now, fire it up and see if it works.
That's the idea. Don't touch anything. Bzzzt.
Yes. That will freaking happen.
Well, it's better.
Made improvement? Nice.
It's not right though, but it is improving.
Getting closer.
Yeah. Oops, there we go.
It's interesting. So part of what they're doing too is they're not just using those 4 pads, but they're actually shorting pads out here too. So you're shorting across existing ones.
Oh shoot! Where does this go around?
Wait, where are you
He's
at
gotta, like,
with
find-
your white noise over here?
Well,
Hey, Zach,
I
this is
hooked up
vertical.
one of Tom's controllers to my Intellivision, and I still have
Nothing.
nothing.
So on the Intellivision,
I'm gonna have to change some
right,
chip in.
there's actually a chip on the board that buffers that, and I've actually changed the ones out in mine because some of my parts of my controller.
So the controller may have been fine.
His controller was probably just fine. It's probably the motherboard. So you can buy the chip still.
Now, of
It's
course,
just a
it's
buffer
interesting
chip.
looking at the actual insides of an older system like that, and you see, I mean, gigantic resistor capacitors and stuff.
Right, on the power supply
And then you
especially.
look at like this.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like, you know,
yeah.
what
So,
the hell?
This looks like you can buy everything off the shelf.
It pretty much is. So this board right here is the power supply on here. Fairly large capacitors, probably some standard regulators. There's really, and diodes, pretty much off-the-shelf diodes. Really, that's a very standard one. Now he's done the video mod on his.
That's
So,
yours.
so you
Oh,
can
I'm sorry.
you can head down to
This one's yours.
Chester's.
Okay, so never mind. He's got
Electronics.
mine open. That's the composite video mod that I did on mine. I didn't even remember it being there.
It's just floating, so.
Yeah, it is. I don't think I taped it down at the end of the day because it just kind of fit right in
Kids,
there.
tape it down.
Yeah.
Don't be
No.
Tom.
No. The case is so tight. The case was so tight, it wasn't an issue.
That's what he said.
It's so
Everyone
tight.
thinks it's so tight.
Here, Tom.
All right, thank you.
Careful, it's hot.
Thank you.
Careful.
I'm
it
gonna
bites.
use that rework station because that's really what you need to do this.
Okay, I'm going to magnifying glass.
What's the difference between the rework station?
Well, it doesn't. I don't actually have to touch it with it.
So where do you think you have that
Okay.
cable running
Which is
here?
a big plus.
Which one?
This yours? Was this yours?
Oh, that's not.
No, I'm going to bet it goes around.
Mine goes grab.
Because it definitely goes there for
I
that.
absolutely need them to do this.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use my
Ooh,
pick
I
and
did not have
separate
a clue.
everything.
You need glasses
Looks like
and a
you're pitching
microphone
the
and a
Yeah.
magnifying glass?
Yeah.
I mean, I just wonder where it's safe. Like,
Just the glasses will be fine.
without.
Ah, yeah.
causing
Here's
too
your
much.
helping.
This
Here's
looks
your
like-
helping
It
hand.
used to be there
Yeah.
and like.
So-
That's a
Oh,
view.
under. Yeah, like.
So basically, you got your station here for putting this in. A little thing, your little clips that will hold what you're trying to actually work with, and then also a magnifying glass. Really, actually, if you're gonna do this kind of work fairly regularly, do it. But you know what? These are also pretty good with. Let's say you want to paint a mech. Okay. So you're not actually going to do any soldering, but you want to paint a mech, or maybe some D&D figures or something. This little setup here, which last time I was at Hobby Lobby was not very expensive for one of these deals. I mean, like $10 or maybe 15 or something like that. You can have them hold. You can have these little clips hold the figure, and then you get the magnifying glass, and you'll be able to do that fine detail work on your painting. So these are really pretty useful to have around, even if you don't do a bunch of soldering or limited soldering, but maybe if you paint mechs. So I like to have one in the house myself. I have one in the house, and I don't even have a solder in the house, but I have used it for painting. So I was just selling the helping hands.
They're cheap.
They're good to have around.
All right, solder is.
Blow this
Mhm.
bugger.
Do we have small solder?
Ah.
Finer solder?
Well, it's what you gave me.
Yeah.
You may have smaller.
I have some in my kit. Probably.
You want to see if he's got a finer solder in his kit? This is kind of thick. I thought I had to buy my finer solder with me.
That's the complaint you want.
Kind of thick.
Kind of thick. Here it is. My solder stuff is here.
Behind you, Larry.
That little plastic box right there.
Ah, all right, yeah.
Got it.
All right. Let's see.
See if he's
Probably
got
should have done this
something
in the first
thinner
place.
than that.
But whatever.
No.
That's solder wick.
Other side.
No.
Clips.
Well, quit being two-sided.
Ah, there we go. Yeah,
I tried.
He's got
Two-faced.
some fine solder there.
Talking about this guy right
Yeah,
here.
that one looks like the beast we're looking for.
Let's see if we can take down a circuit.
That was the desoldering tube.
What's that?
And I just pulled that out. Does that make a difference? It's a desoldering.
No, that's the big thing sitting next to it there. That's the desolderer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And the desolders without wrecking stuff.
Well, I won't go that far, man. It still may wreck stuff.
Wrecked him.
Damn near killed him.
All right. And rope clips.
That's what Rob's a big pothead.
What?
That's what Rob's a big pothead.
Something on my station that keeps me from being a pothead.
That's
I like that you're high half the time. Nope. That's me.
No, unfortunately, dead sober. I wished I was high.
Probably drunk though. There's a good chance. 50-50 really.
You got screws everywhere, man.
Yeah, that's what they always say.
I get screwed all the time.
Good for you. Wait. There's two ways to take that.
Yeah, might not be so
Might
good.
be both, really.
Might not be so good.
What the hell? So what we have here is intricate fine work on a broad angle shot.
Yeah, so nobody can see
It's
the fuck I'm
Hey,
doing.
look, it came up right away.
quality
What I
entertainment.
should have done is tried yours first, so I knew what it was going to do.
Oh, what it should have done, yeah.
And, you know, the controller's moving around. And
So the controller's fine.
I have no idea how to play
Well,
this game.
well, my controllers are fine.
Oh, why did it just go off, though?
Oh.
Why did it hit reset or something? There we go. Oh, look. Speed 1 through 5, slow.
So you should have tried your controllers in his system? No, that didn't
No, I should
work.
have tried just... So I knew what this television did when you turned it on.
Oh, Jesus, Rob.
Kind of thing.
What are you doing over here?
Actually, looking at what I did here.
Well, what did you do?
Yeah, this is way too blobby. Let's deblob this.
How is
Okay,
it
now that's-
deblobbing? So it's kind of heating and vacuuming.
No,
Is
it
that
doesn't
what's
vacuum.
happening
It's
there?
actually got blowing air.
Well, how would that get rid of the blobbiness?
It melts it. And then I just move stuff around a little bit.
Okay. Or don't you run a risk of touching something else in that
Sure.
small an area?
Of course I do.
Oh.
That's the fun.
That being said, kids, the idea is not to touch something else.
Oh, shut up.
Especially when it's
Oh.
not yours to touch.
So
Shut
take
up.
it.
Just ask Roy Moore.
Like 20 years.
Just ask Roy Moore.
Oh.
Who's probably winning right now.
Probably.
He's probably winning.
So you gotta kind of pay attention to like all the different contacts on these boards.
Yeah, to make sure you don't short across them.
Ow. Damn it.
And again, that's why
So I've always heard the term like a wafer board or whatever. Okay, which these are not, right?
Correct. These are just standard PCBs.
Yeah. Well, unpack that.
Okay, so a wafer, right, is usually the way the chips are made. They're made on a wafer, a silicone wafer.
Okay.
So inside that little plastic package you actually see is a smaller little package that's made out of silicone and metal oxides and so on that actually forms a circuit. Then there's little tiny wires that actually go out to all these little legs you see. Tiny, teeny little hair-thin wires that are soldered to those. And then
Well, I
soldered to
always
the chip.
kind of figure. I mean, I always kind of understood that. I mean, when you watch it, when you look at, and it's easier to look at like a PC bus, or
Right.
something like that, where you can actually see the back where
Yeah,
all the
right
trailing wires are
Yeah, Brady.
connecting everything.
It was in your toolbox.
Is there something in there?
There was a roll in there.
So
yeah.
so even though it's
Yours is still
small,
working. I'm just making sure.
Oh, good. Thank you.
I only
Even
have
though
one
it's
cable,
small.
so I gotta switch between.
Yeah.
it's still like a city map.
Grid. Yeah. When you look
You know,
at it.
it's roads, and if a road's blocked, a road's blocked. You know, and you got to unblock it. you know?
Exactly. Okay, that looks good. So basically now I put a little solder on the parts I want to solder to, and then I just should be able to flow some solder into these holes onto those existing solder points. So now comes the fun part.
You moved it.
Yeah, just a little bit. I want that one kind of in between the two. So what I'm going to do now is to hit that.
So,
Shit. God damn it.
Oh, I had it.
I just screwed up here.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I got way too much solder on that. Damn it.
How's it feeling?
Okay, but it's stuck down. I'll have to take the excess solder off of it here in a minute.
okay, so basically, you're essentially pressing the solder and the soldering iron through the hole.
Yeah, so I'm filling that hole with solder because there's a little point below it that it can actually stick to.
Now, how did you pull that off?
Heat, solder always flows towards
Oh,
heat.
something dropped.
Yeah, just a chunk of solder. Solder always goes towards the heat. When you press down, the heat's even across everything. When you pull, if you pull away, the solder will flow from the cooler point to the hotter point. So that's the one trick about soldering is you want to always make sure everything's heated up evenly, and it should flow away. All right.
It's like, you got a really good video right there going of you working on it. I think that's Tom watching the video.
Oh, well.
I'm like, where's the camera? What? Gotta...
So for a better video, watch it.
Oh, there's a ton of good videos on how to do these mods online. Again, the main thing here is to get the solder to flow because you want it to flow down into those holes and short out these points.
That looks like a lot of solder on that one.
There was a lot of solder on that one, probably too much. I'm going to use that solder wick when he's done and remove a little extra solder here once I'm sure I got everything else.
That's a good, easy rule to remember. Solder flows to
the heat. Yes, yes, it is.
It's kind of like if you're sighting in a bowl, that you move towards the arrow, right? So it's you just sometimes you get those rules, you know, those.
Yeah, that stick in your head.
Yeah. So you've done 2 of them now.
Done 2 of what?
Well, didn't you say there was 4?
No, I've already done all 4.
Okay.
I do need to touch one of them up though, because it did not flow to the points I wanted it to. And then, like you said, I got to remove some of this excess solder too. So this one's only half on.
What would be the harm? I mean, it looks sloppy a little bit, but I mean, what would be the harm?
It's shorting against the casing. And if it shorts against the casing, that'll be the end.
Yeah, no, that would be a problem. I've experienced that one.
Yeah, we've all done that once or twice.
On a regular basis.
How's your deal going on over here?
Has it?
Do you have a good flow going?
I was kind of worried about this, and sure enough, it does seem to still have. I got like one line back. What the hell?
Is it possible that the screen is just kind of?
It is possible.
I'm gonna borrow some of that solder wick if you have it handy.
The bigger one?
It's in there. It's in the kit.
Yeah, no, the roll of solder wick.
Try to break this up a little bit and see if it helps.
Other side. That right there is solder wick. So solder wick is just braided copper cable, and because it'll be hotter than the thing, and it's braided, it'll suck the solder into the braid.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's how you get it out.
Exactly. If you get too much solder on there and you don't want to remove all of it, but just a little of it, it's also fluxed, so it's got flux on it to help pick up the excess.
Ooh, I love goo.
There's some goo on here.
Keep it clear of the laptop.
Yes, I'm just gonna hit mine here. Oh, and burn my fingers here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing the same thing in a moment here.
So earlier when I said I soldered by finger,
yes,
That's real. That's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
That definitely can happen.
It looks like the Virtual Boy project is taking off.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if. Okay, I got the sound. Alright, let's take a look and see how that looks.
Got that wick.
Oh yeah, it's right here.
Very good.
God, I'm blind.
Alright, there we go.
Tell us something we did not.
Dude, how much solder did you get on there, dude?
A lot. I told you I got way too much solder on here.
Seriously.
So it just sucks right up. Now, do you got to cut that wick off so that...
You can cut the excess up, but there's still quite a bit of blank space on there still. All right, well that's not bad. That's
So
sure.
You're just basically just
solid
throwing it out onto the floor.
If you look
Yeah,
now, that
pretty much.
I've got.
Yeah, like I can look that way.
Your special Nintendo screwdriver.
Which one?
Probably the
Try the big one. Try that one. That looks like the
Probably
right size.
should.
Now, is it
Actually,
an issue
using-
that these two dots, or is that just the same dot, are touching?
It's still touching because it also conducts through the board.
Oh, okay.
The board has little copper traces to conduct through it.
All right. All right.
So that should be it. Now, so technically now this is modded. This DVD ROM drive. Needless to say, we're going to put it on there, test it, and then once we're sure it works, like you talked about with everything, test it before you make it look pretty. Test it
Put
before
one
you put it
screw
together.
in, make
right.
sure it's.
Just get it up to the
Then
point.
retest it.
What stinks is sometimes when the screw is like the grounding, connected all the grounds
Right.
together, and
Oh, God,
you don't
yeah.
put any screws in, like you think you don't have it.
Boy, that would have turned out a lot better had I had my glasses on.
You know, that's a common issue with old people,
Hey,
such as ourselves.
Hey. We're
Okay with
we're not old. We're seasoned to perfection.
We're only in auto.
yes, that one.
Probably should have read to see which screws. This is so much easier than my hack job that I did on the bit that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, I'm gonna save $2 and not buy the actual screwdrivers, just buy the bits.
You're a brain. Alright, looks like we got one.
Okay, let's see here. All right. So for test purposes, I'm just going to set the DVD ROM drive in place. Doesn't have to be on all the way on for testing. And I can just set that off to the side. So this should be together enough where I can actually test the mod I just did.
Alright, so I might get a gap here, but we'll see.
All right.
I have a
So-
feeling that this left side problem is in the screen. But
Of these three projects that are working on, so we got a flow going to a Game Boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have the chip mod,
The Xeno
and
mod,
then
yeah.
the virtual Game Boy fix. Which one should be attempted by people that are skilled, and which one a more novice?
Skilled. This one is one of the harder ones to do.
Okay.
This one's
Well, I've
pretty
taken it
easy.
apart very easily. though.
Right,
Disagree.
but you haven't done the flow yet. This one is probably the next easiest because actually, like Rob talked about earlier, the flexible connector on this was still fairly large. It hadn't
Okay.
gotten tiny yet.
Right.
So this is probably about mid-grade skill level.
Okay.
Not that you can't do it, but you should have a little understanding what you're getting yourself into.
So okay,
It's still there.
so now you
I
have
don't
it.
think it's gonna be
You have it all
something
apart though. You have a Game Boy all apart.
Yep.
And let's say the screen was perfectly fine, and you wanted to add a light to it. What would be done? Say you got it all apart. So what would sort of theoretically be done?
Depends on the kit, but usually you'll take the backing off of this part right here,
Hmm.
and then the light fits in between there. Generally, there's two wires, and that creates the backlight. I'm guessing in the case of this one, there's a pretty good chance that you'd end up cutting up this little piece of plastic here so that it'll fit in there. But then the light would fit behind this, and the foil light you pulled off.
I.e. backlight.
Right. Yes, thus backlight. Now, You can do that on these. This particular model, you can definitely do it on.
Is there a tiny
In fact, I've got one.
Yeah.
I got an example.
Regular or
I'm pretty sure I've seen you do
Actually, I've
it.
done 2 of them.
I think
tiny
you,
enough or
you've
you
done
do
it,
smaller?
but it's
I think
like,
that's
oh, okay.
Let's see.
Right, but
I actually think if you're gonna backlight, okay, so that's the light that's the
That's where the
screen
light-
coming off.
right. So I take the
So the
screen
lights
off.
actually would be behind there.
Right, I take the
Well, you have
screen
them all,
off
just
and
finish
then
it.
peel it back, and then yeah, see, there's a little metal piece. I take that out of there. Actually, I think you can probably pop this one out of the front without taking this out. It looks like I haven't done this particular model before. In some cases, you gotta use a an X-Acto knife and just cut around it. In some cases, you don't. In this case, however,
I personally think though, if one's going to, and you can tell me how much harder if someone's going to put a backlight in a Game Boy brand, I think the first Game Boy Advance would
Yep.
be the one to put one in.
I have to agree with you wholeheartedly on
Yeah.
that. I did that, and that's one of my. I love that thing.
Because I think that style of Game Boy was a very comfortable Game Boy to play.
Yeah,
Wait, what-
I
I
think
haven't
it's
even
better
been
than
watching.
the
Are you working on the original one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a Game
Yeah,
Boy.
unfortunately, I think the screen
Yeah.
is actually screwed. I don't
Which
think it was a
it's-
free flow situation.
It
I
can
think
happen,
it's just.
right? I
Oh,
mean,
sure.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I could probably use the push a little bit. I'm just gonna see if I can get it better. I got like one line back, but it's not
That's
how many
still
lines
that's an
do you need to
improvement.
get back?
all of it. Like
So you got one line,
one line back. So
which would make Tetris really challenging
yeah,
to have one line.
pretty sad. I mean, it's it's got the rest of the screen, but it's missing like
Every
like
other
10
line.
rows on the side.
When you get a moment,
Yeah.
can you fire up the TV to the AV input?
Yeah.
Thank
Wow. All look, small laptop.
Yeah.
I broke my thumb.
you. Oh shit.
I could have took care of that. You just handed me the remote. Then you wouldn't be burning your thumb.
All right, I got some beer.
You know what?
It's all right.
It's okay.
all right, guys. I got
It's
beer.
okay to work with
It's
friends,
alright,
you know.
I got beer.
Oh, drinking the good stuff now. I like this beer. I'm gonna have to actually look for it.
Okay, well that's a really encouraging sign.
Yes, we have. You can't see it, but we have a functioning Game Boy
Now there's a
or
cube.
Game.
So here's the thing about the Xenomod. It has an LED on it, but you're never going to see that LED again.
Because inside.
It's inside the system.
Nice.
So, but you can tell if the unit's working by watching the LED. So I'm going to boot it again and watch what the LED does.
Oh, is it one of those you can't see it from like the outside of the case, just see.
So the upside is, for sure, you didn't break it.
Correct, but it does not look like it's firing up correctly. Because it should have, I think it should have flashed once and then turned to orange, and mine is staying red, so I'm going to recheck my solder connections.
I'm definitely not an expert on this, but it seemed like
Oh, the
they
GameCube.
were crossing across each other a little bit. Just little
All right.
whisper here.
So I haven't broken it, but it is also not functioning the way it should be yet.
Yeah, GameCube is a bitch. I don't like working on them at all. At all. Least favorite system to work on. I've done I did that region mod on it, and it's just. I said, forget it. I'm just gonna. Of course, I didn't have my reflow kit yet when I did it, and you really need reflow to do it. You need to be able to really cleanly take that off. So I just about halfway through it, I said, screw it. I'm gonna turn it into a US model. So that orange one I got is a US model.
I took an interesting picture there.
God! That's exactly how it was.
So all that work and nothing, huh?
That's how it works sometimes. It's just
Nothing.
bad.
So you're Cornelius throwing his
Nothing.
nothing.
Nothing. It's giving me.
It's Christmas coming up, of course. That's coming up more of a.
Or can you?
The best part is if you just going to town on his pickaxe. Nothing.
Licking it. Licking his pickaxe.
Lick that pickaxe.
That isn't a peppermint mine. That's a oh. Oh. Oh wait. Actually, I got one more spot. So I'll try that.
I don't know if this really works.
The other thing is, I didn't really look up an assembly guide on this, so it's possible.
Would I see anything?
All right, let's try that again. No, you would not.
Actually, I see.
No, you would see something.
That's odd.
It should. There should be some LEDs on it lit.
That's just light coming through? Oh, yeah.
Hey, this should not be hooked up.
There's grounding screws on this stupid thing, so.
So just stick your finger in it and ground it. Wait, that's not usually good advice, is it?
Oh no, that's great advice.
Just ground it, man. Just ground it.
We'll just take a last ditch on this one.
Still not broke.
Nope, but also still not working.
Oh.
All right, it's one of those days where it's not getting any better, but it's not getting any worse.
What I want to do is I want to see if it'll boot a regular disc right now, and see what my status is. So I'll get a playable game here, and I'll see what happens.
I think you should totally get a fake game.
And of course you don't need the cap on it at all or nothing, so you
No,
just,
I can actually hold
then
it.
it'll fly off and like kill one of us, so that'll be kind
Be
of
funny.
Yeah. It's totally funny, man. Totally not broke.
Totally not broke.
Ooh.
I mean, it expects a memory card, but you know.
Right, but that's fine.
Like this guy sitting here like this, like. Oh, yeah. We need an extension cord for the sign.
Yeah, we definitely do.
Alright, we'll just try flowing that solder a little bit better. One of them must not be making contact. Even though it's
Well, okay, so.
So I redid that one,
Right.
but it doesn't mean that's the only one.
So it's not possible that there's too much contact.
No.
There's got to be one that's not making enough
Probably.
contact. Or the
probably
thing
more
would
the
fry.
case. Or it wouldn't work. It wouldn't boot. If
Yeah.
I had shorted out the wrong chips, it probably just wouldn't boot at all.
Oh,
All right. Which
one
one do you
thing
think
I
is
forgot
not?
to do
Not a clue.
is there's actually
Trial and error. Trial and error.
I forgot this thing actually does have to make contact with this stuff. Idiot.
What are you talking about?
I forgot.
Oh, way to throw the buttons everywhere.
We don't need them.
Yeah, buttons. We don't need no stinking
This
buttons.
is a Game Boy.
Here's a button for you.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I always
you
think
press
this
down on
is
this.
like weird, like how buttons are just like plastic, you know, or like rubber, you know, and there's like,
Stuff.
and then they basically a presser that
Little piece of
then
carbon infused.
pushes down.
Yeah, there's carbon infused in that.
and
so
that's the connection.
That's the conductor.
That's the conductor. Otherwise, it's just rubber.
Yep.
Darn this screen. It is a screen. Damn it.
Here's your rubber back.
That's thanks.
I've used it a little.
All right. So,
That was
what
the
happens
most
with this? my
inappropriate
friends?
thing I think I've ever said on this broadcast, which I think is a pretty high bar.
So you know what I'm gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna Raspberry Pi this bitch. I think.
So basically, you're gonna take a Game Boy and output it to be able to output it to a larger screen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother to replace the screen. I mean, it's just not worth it
Right.
nowadays. But what I can
They're
do,
like $800.
I
A
think
steal.
they're like 10. But still, I pay like $5 for these things.
I won't read.
That's it. I'm frustrated at Mark or not. I'm really fast. This is why I don't pull stuff out of my back stock to do repairs, because the stuff in my back stock is generally shit.
It's in back stock for a reason.
Yeah, it's usually back
This was
stock.
always actually a comfortable machine to play.
Yeah, it was. So, I'm
Played the
going to
hell
put
out
a
of that
Raspberry
machine.
Pi in this.
So, what does that mean?
Actually,
Pi 0, right? Is that what fits in there?
Yeah, Pi 0 will fit in there.
yeah, you can also put a, not an Arctic Boy, but there's that other one too.
So you're going to gut its whatever it has. You're going to put in a completely different system.
Right,
Raspberry.
new screen,
And
obviously.
then a new screen. And so then you'll be able to...
So basically, he's going to just reuse the case.
Yeah. And the
Right.
buttons, baby. If I can
Well, and those buttons that you
threw
on
all
the
over the
floor.
place.
Yeah.
There's no problem with
And the crossbar.
that. Because I can put a Pico in there. And a Pico is a lot cheaper than a Raspberry Pi. I mean, a Pico is like nothing. And everything comes off the pins.
Yeah,
I should make this into a Pico.
that would be kind of cool, actually.
Well, and what would that mean?
Like a Pico 8.
So the Pico 8's that little handheld, not a handheld, a little,
I shouldn't call it a Pico. That's not really what it's called. It's called a... I have one laying around.
Are they nice and clean now?
I'm working on that part.
So how much is a screen? To this size screen? I assume you need this size screen.
Yeah, I want to fit it in the same. I mean, I can probably go a little bit wider if I want to cut it
Yeah.
out a little bit, but
You
I
might
don't
end
want
up-
to.
Can you, would you end up with maybe a 9x6 instead of a 3/4?
You could. I've seen it done.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see.
But so where do you buy a screen like that? eBay or
Amazon,
Amazon?
eBay.
yeah.
I try to do Amazon if I can. Honestly.
No, it's a little more protected as far as your buying goes. I'm betting this is the one that's not making
What,
contact.
you think there's more, what, black market on
eBay? Oh god,
eBay?
yes. Oh god, yes.
Yeah, and they tend to take like forever to show up. I mean, that's really part of it.
If they're shipped from like Brazil.
China, all the damn time, China.
Yeah. I mean,
might
they
be
do
shipped
anyway.
from Brazil.
But if it never shows up, I can get Amazon to return my money right away. Or
Oh, I thought eBay had the whole guarantee, blah blah blah. get your
Yeah,
money
but
back.
they're harder. They're a little harder to work with. Okay, that looks.
It only happened to me once, and eBay turned over money in seconds. I said, "Dude, this didn't show up," and they went, "Dude, here's your money."
I don't see that's how it works. I like that.
Yeah, no, this was eBay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had great luck with eBay that way.
That's
But it was obviously a sub, and this would be too, but a sub $200 purchase. You know, once you
Yeah.
get
Well,
over 200,
this stuff's all cheap.
Get tomorrow. You know, yeah.
I mean, it's not too bad. It's going to be fine.
Okay, well now I got no light at all on it, so I completely disconnected something or another.
However,
All right.
oh shit.
I think we should probably, or I should stop saying, well, you still didn't break it.
Yeah,
I
you probably
should-
should stop saying that.
I should quit drinking and trying to fix stuff. I gotta say, my hit ratio has gone way down. This has killed my KD. I mean, my KD is going way down here. I didn't realize. You know,
So,
this could be a good drink. This could be a good like drunk driving thing.
Yeah.
Well, if you mod drunk, this could happen to you. But you know,
Yes.
it's just like, ah, man, you know.
Don't mod and drink.
Yeah.
So is anybody looking for like a Steam sale thing that's gonna be like you know, like a game that are like, oh, I'm hoping this goes on Steam sale.
Just that one we were talking about a couple weeks ago. What the heck was that?
Oh, the cup one.
Yeah, that
Cup-
one.
Cuphead.
I really want to play that.
I do too. I thought about just paying the full price and screw it. You know, it's,
I just had to. I just freaking refuse.
I
don't care
know,
what
I
you
know,
are.
I know, but
I don't mind giving them
what
my
else
money.
are they out? I mean, isn't it like an independent developer
Yeah, this is
or whatever?
it's an indie
you,
game.
you almost feel like, well, screw it. You know, it's an independent developer that, you know, why not occasionally give them the upshot of a full boat? You know,
I generally would if it wasn't like at 20. I just.
it's 20. It looks like a game
I
that's
have a
worth 20
million
all
shooters.
day.
It's really.
It looks like a $20 game.
I do
all
like
day.
it though. I mean, it does look good.
You know, it doesn't look like.
If they had a
oh,
demo,
it's like a $6 game. You know. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's really hard, so they could probably just like, you know, give you the first level and you get crushed.
Where's the magnifying glass?
it sounds like you'd make it for about 15 minutes. And I'm looking. Pocket chip. That's the name of it. It's called the chip, and the chip is like a $10 computer.
Now here's the thing: if you're gonna gut that thing and everything, and try to fit it in the same case, I mean, there's no structure there. There's no structure for holding buttons in place and.
Yeah, no, there isn't. I do a lot of hot glue, actually, and I do a lot of hot glue.
Sniff it.
I sniff that hot glue.
I don't think that's a thing.
No?
Just model airplane glue. On the other hand,
And now
There's
I
a
have
chip
to-
pro now.
that was one of the funnier lines in Airplane. I guess I picked the wrong week to stop shipping glue.
All right, so the chip is a $9 computer. It's basically a system on a chip, but it's also like it's just this tiny little computer. It doesn't come with a power supply or anything, but you basically get a chip with a whole bunch of standoffs on it so that you can hook everything up. And I found I kind of like it just because it's cheap. Actually, it's cheap. That's why I like it.
Well,
it's powerful
what
enough
does it
to get
run
most
for?
of my stuff.
I mean, okay, so so you buy a chip that has a piece, but all PCs need an operating system.
Yep.
What
Linux.
what OS would you push onto it?
You put Linux on it. I mean,
Linux.
everything's Linux. You know.
Good job, Ryan.
Because it's freeware.
Because
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's light. I mean, you can make a really small version of it, and it runs really pretty well.
Ryan,
And then you can throw on, you know, like an emulator or something
Right.
that will emulate Game Boys.
Yes,
You know,
I wouldn't do it.
only
I
the
wouldn't
ones
do
you
Game
own,
Boy.
though.
I don't really. There's so many. I got so many fake Game Boys. I just don't even care.
Well, so what would you make it a fake? It would be a Game
this
Boy.
would totally be a Pico 8.
yeah.
In fact, I have half of mine
So
to take my
what would
pocket
the
chip
Pico
and
8?
cut
So
it.
you're playing what looks like a Game Boy, and what's the max game you could be looking at?
A Pico's only an 8-bit. It's an emulated 8-bit system, but of course the chip's
Well,
16
can you
bit.
play?
I mean,
Could you
or
play?
64-bit, I think.
Which I think would probably almost be straight enough. Could you play straight arcade games, like a MAME kind of thing?
You can pretty much run anything on this size. I mean, you get an SoC solution that would do anything, really. You can pretty much take anything and really squish it down. Think about it, your phone. Your phone can do it. You got your phone, put a new screen in it. I don't know how well it would work. Yeah, you can definitely do an Android system. I like that idea.
That's true.
I've got enough Android systems, so I have a lot of them. But I kind of like that. See, now you gave me that idea. I'll start cutting this. That's it. No, I'm gonna put a chip on it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Now here's going to be maybe a challenge for you. Does anybody say power supply? What are you doing there? Putting a little lithium battery in here? What are you doing?
You know, no, you can. I wonder if you can power a. You can probably power. Could I power a pocket chip off of 4 AA's? Maybe. I might be able to.
Well, it hit a screen.
See, this is, hey,
So
usually,
you gotta power
See what this doubles
the system and a screen. That's nice.
well, I mean, it powers a system and a screen. And these things are, what we
I
have
see
now.
you
is
had a
all
little
artificial.
I bet you they don't
da-
know
da-
that they created the motion properly.
What is that from?
That's the
I
virtual
I assume that's part of the Virtual Boy. What is that? The headgear or?
That is the like when you look through like this.
Oh, okay.
Or is it this
All
way?
right, all
One
right,
of the-
right,
one of the
right,
two
right.
ways.
The visor,
Yes.
or what did it? Wait. When it's not a visor, Blinders.
Blinders.
It's blinders.
Yeah. So
Like
I'm a
when
horse.
You,
I
when
can't
you,
look
when
off
you have
the-
a horse, yes, exactly. It's blinders. That's what that is. Well, you know, I said it one too
It
often.
runs on.
Now he broke it and it won't fire up.
No, it's firing up.
No,
I'm
it's
still
fine.
not- I got the LED back on, but I'm still not getting the. It doesn't look like the board is firing up.
Maybe that's enough just to see
It runs
out.
on
No, I
500
thought, I'm
milliamps.
pretty sure that the
Yeah, I
LED is
think it
supposed
can
to
power
change
with that.
orange when it
Yeah.
when it's working. I don't think it's supposed to stay on constantly red.
That's ridiculous, dude.
What is?
Well, wait.
Oh, you finding out the power supply?
Yeah, it's like it runs on 500 milliamps. I mean, it's not much.
Well, but you gotta, okay, but everything's gotta run on what it runs on, right? So if it's whatever milliamps, if
Well-
you have like 9 volts shooting into it, you know, I mean, it's gonna be like, oh,
Yeah, there are two
that's
LEDs.
probably a little much. You
It's
know?
not the volts that'll kill it.
Well, but that's true. You're right. You're right. I know I know that.
What a great way to
But
put that.
but you know what I'm saying. You know, I mean, things got to be regulated
Whoa,
in
is this
that.
thing
You know.
glowing? This thing
Yeah,
is
no,
glowing
it's
already.
totally on.
No, it's like.
Yeah, I know,
But
he's-
that's what
yeah,
God
he's-
made resistors. I mean,
He's left this on for like an hour.
oh no,
now,
it's
dude.
shutting down.
Yeah, it's still blowing hell
Oh,
out.
is that
Yeah,
right? I need
it'll
it to
shut
blow
down.
soon.
It'll still blow a hole through
So
your
how?
hand.
Where do
Yeah.
I do this? Is that last
Here,
time
I'll unplug it.
No, I
Give me
need
a second.
No, I can do it right here.
Oh, good. All right.
Because I only need to like blow on these things, right?
Yeah, yeah. If it reflowing, yeah. Here, you want me to turn it back on?
Yeah. But then I need something to put under it.
All right,
So
do
you
you need
don't
me to
want it
move?
melt
Would
and-
it be better if I moved?
I
I'm
don't
gonna
see the
move
problem.
over.
Larry, put your hand out, will you?
I'm gonna just.
So-
I'm just gonna move
here.
over, and then you can just like
Because
be
I'd like to
right
put something
there.
down.
Oh, like. What's up with Tom's done? Here, wait.
You got
You know
any?
what? Look,
Just use the back.
there you
of
go. There you go. That is not going anywhere.
You got any images for the camera today? This week they arrived.
that-
What did I do last?
You got
Oh.
any
Oh yeah,
focus
some
looks?
mugging. Some mugging for the camera.
Any focus looks?
I saw somebody like focusing the power here and like, oh, I could use that metal thing right there. But there.
I feel like you're protecting the things that you don't care about.
Because you need to hold it down so
Oh.
when I reflow, it doesn't just like fly off the
Oh,
piece, right?
okay.
Which side is more?
Let me
Flat.
get a pocket chip off of eBay real quick. Or a chip. I got a pocket chip that I'm not using. Which is basically a chip put into a frame.
All right.
So I could probably
Why is it
use
so
that.
bright
I
this
don't.
time, though?
And the
You
thing
might have
is,
to drill new holes.
there'll definitely be no holes.
I thought this made way more noise, blowing.
It's when I got it on high. I got it on low. I was trying to help you out, bud. Want more heat?
I don't know what heat is supposed to be at.
Here you go.
All
Now,
right, we should
now-
probably say goodbye to our audience.
All
and
right.
continue to work. Oh, they can keep watching. Who the hell cares, right? I'm gonna
What
flip out
about-
the ciggy though.
Yeah.
I need to walk away for that for a minute.
Holy crud! The pocket chip's going for $1 million.
That much?
It's a $9 computer. Damn it! Come on, people. Yes.
Jen, please.
Oh.
What's pretty funny is that
John, please.
I think I paid $49 for my chip. You know,
I hope I didn't overdo it.
You gotta do it real carefully, man.
you kind of
Yeah,
just
real
whisk
fast.
over it.
Real fast. There you go. Fast, fast. Stop. Yeah. Go really quick.
What's a really interesting search is if you search for pocket chip, you can totally get like stuff from chips. Eric Estrada signed autographs.
Chips.
Chip.
Fat chips.
It's pretty darn unfortunate, really. I might not want to get rid of my pocket chips because there's not a lot of them here. But here's the thing, the pocket chip's modular, so I could actually just pull the chip out of the pocket chip, use it in here, and turn it into like a transformer. Actually, that's a genius idea, Tom. I take
What?
the
You didn't want us to know about it?
Yeah, not at
Oh,
all.
screw you.
Because you'll steal it.
Yeah, I would.
I love you, man, but you'll steal it.
But just steal the idea.
I'd sell it on eBay.
The pocket chip it's actually a chip, and it is ejectable. It is actually like, it's like Darth Vader in his suit. It'll pop right out of that suit, and you can actually reuse the chip somewhere else, and then put it back in the chip later, pocket chip later. So I could pull the chip for the pocket chip.
Okay.
Make myself a little socket for it, and wire it into.
How would you make a socket?
I just buy one.
Standard issue socket.
Oh, you can turn that off again, I think. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know.
Sure. Last chance.
Doesn't matter.
Some blowing some real
I
heat.
can blow out some good hot air if you want.
I'm blowing some heat, baby.
I turned it up for you, bud.
Mhm.
So, the other thing.
Stop throwing
God
crap.
dang it! I just threw the controller again. I need that one too, because I might actually need those contacts. I might not. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's what I did.
but I mean,
But I still want them just in case.
yeah, I mean, you need something to go in the holes.
Damn it, Larry.
Something's gotta go in the
Damn it,
hole.
Larry.
Something's got to go in the hole.
I gotta tell you, my mod night success rate has screwed my standard success rate. It has just screwed it.
So I would say that's poor planning on yours. Did you like?
Well, that's exactly why I did not work on the Game Gear tonight. I totally knew if I started working on Game Gear after a couple of beers, it wasn't going to turn out well. So I said, "Hey, I got this barely works Game Boy.
I know.
I think I'll go hack away at that one."
I know in terms of diving, my degree of difficulty was like -1, but mine's 100%.
See, if I wouldn't have made like Icarus, if I wouldn't have flown into the sun. So the results.
But you know, it's probably not your modding ability, though. I mean, because there's
Well,
a
I'm kinda
degree
happy,
which
but-
your degree of which is like, okay, there's always a possibility that whatever item is just broke.
Right. Well, no, it absolutely was. It didn't get any better,
Right.
but it didn't get any worse. It was just terrible.
And I mean,
It's terrible either way, but
even what Tom's working on, it's supposedly a new chip, and
It could be the
that
chip.
was a fully working system, and he soldered everything on, but the chip might be bad.
Correct. It is.
But I will tell you that that the last time the big old error was totally me. It was like completely.
But I got
I completely
benefit
blew
of
that chip right across the board. I mean, I completely blew that.
All right,
password
so-
right across the board.
So
that was me.
yeah.
This week I can claim, hey, it was broken.
So I
It
was
didn't get
working.
any
I was
better.
working on a laptop. And I basically fixed what needed to be fixed. It was basically the connector for the power supply, and I'm working on it and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, okay, this is fine. And I don't know what the hell. I figured it out later. What screw was in place that let everything cross across the board. But it was just like,
I hate that.
oh, yeah. Now it was a dead board.
What report is no? Oh, I've done that many a
It's
time.
like, oh shit! You know, I mean, so and I had fired that thing up after my fix, and it was really going in to make it prettier.
Oh, that's even worse.
That fucked it up.
You know, it's
I had it fixed, and just trying to make it a little better blew that shit up. It was very frustrating.
handhelds. I blow
But
them up
you
all
just-
the time, but
How many seconds does it take to have a connection jump?
none. Yeah,
Right. There's
exactly.
no way you're gonna stop
Zero.
it. You know. Hey, you gotta be just so careful.
Yeah.
So careful.
I did years ago. I think that's the only computer I've blown up. Actually, fully blown up. It ever was a 286 that I bought, and I was repairing it. I had it mostly
286?
working. Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, I blown parts up on computers.
Was the motherboard about AA big?
Yeah, it was about that big. But I had it out of the case. You see where this is going? And, back then the cases were mostly
And it was
metal.
laying on the...
He was sitting on top of the case. And you know how you got that one moment where you accidentally bump into the wire and go,
Oh!
yeah, total that thing.
Oh!
It sparked.
Oh,
I've
shit.
seen, I sparked stuff before, but that was almost like the 4th of July. It was pretty good. Even though I was like, what the?
See, this laptop is the only one I've lost, like, straight out. And it was
Yeah.
it was like, shit.
I'm usually just out of stubbornness. Well, actually, that 286 did live again, but it didn't live with the same motherboard. The processor made it, and the memory.
Well,
made it, so.
yeah. Now it's funny that laptop does sort of live.
Sort of being out.
It will fire up, but it overheats in about like 3 minutes and then shuts down.
Well, that's just because
Damn
it's
it.
performing better than it ever did before.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my god. Oh my god. You know what? All right. So I don't know if I've ever told this story in the air, so maybe it's interesting. But I think I've told you guys this. So there's something serious about performing better than it ever has before. So I had a riding lawnmower that basically worked, and
Fuck
you know.
me. I see what happened.
Oh.
Looks like a trace lifted off when I was heating.
You gonna wire it? Can you wire it?
Gonna have to, because, yep, sure enough, that's what happened.
So it followed the heat.
Yep.
The danger
This side
of
works.
that.
Okay.
That eye
Yeah.
works.
So you got one eye completely working.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, so this is not my button.
So
That's a button.
So, and this is computer modding, but you know what? All moddings are about the same.
Yeah.
And so I had a riding lawnmower that it ran okay, but so we decided we would like fix it up and we put in like a brand new carburetor and stuff
Okay, I
like
can
that,
repair
right?
that.
So we put in a brand new carburetor, and it was running better than it's ever run before. And I'm driving this thing around my yard, happy as a clam, until I see poof. That looked like flames, and then I see poof. That looked like flames again, and then I just saw fully engulfed flames coming out from underneath the hood.
They always are their best people right before.
By the way,
I always laugh at this thing.
and I was on
I won't do nothing without
I was on one side of the yard. So as it was on fire, but still running, I drove it to where the hose was.
Yeah!
And started tossing it down.
Like a real man.
So I literally drove it on fire. It turned out we figured out because it was running so much better with the new carburetor that the exhaust system couldn't handle it. It exploded and it started exhausting on the gas line.
That's messed up.
Yeah. And that's what caused the fire and the total meltdown. But because I drove it to where the hose was and started hosing it down, I prevented the battery from either melting down or exploding.
So
I'm not 100% sure what a battery would do when it's fully in fire.
the China syndrome.
What's the thinnest wire you got floating around here?
Pretty thick, I hate to
Okay.
say, but
I got
you
you
check
know,
my,
no, I'll bring it to the office. I'll use wire wrap lighter on it. I'm gonna have to redo this trace on the board. Yeah, a little. When I heated the backside of it, it must have lifted away from the board.
I think it's more fun to mod after a couple
Oh,
beers.
okay.
It lifted right off the board.
So,
True,
so
like, very
right
seldom
now,
get
if
something
you
done after
just
a
put
couple
everything
months.
back together, it would still not work as well the
no,
same
it would
as
still work.
Well, what lifted?
One these pads aren't
chip.
used.
What?
These pads aren't used for the normal operation. They're only used when you use this.
Oh.
So it doesn't matter. Lifted the pad.
So, okay, I was gonna say because
Anybody want to answer as to whose button this is and where it came
It
from?
could have come from my system.
Okay,
I think it's my
have
button. It's my
a button.
chest button.
Oh, you're
It's,
for the heart transplant.
The heart transplant.
Yeah, we made a kill switch for
Where
it.
the hell was the? Yeah, it was
We put a kill switch in Larry's heart.
Because it is the right color black.
in case I decide I'm just out.
That's right.
All right. We should
All right,
step
you know what?
outside.
I'm out of this meeting.
Fuck me. That killed
All right,
Hey,
you know what?
I feel very
God damn it.
Dune-esque. Just pull the plug, literally.
Yes.
Just
Pull the plug.
He is a Savak Sataran or whatever the heck it is. All right, so that's it. I'm closing down Guys, Games, and Beer.
All right. Well, I gotta tell you what.
Ryan, how's yours?
50%.
All right,
You
so
got
we
one
have
side
a
working.
0.00.
No.
Mine came out the same.
Larry's is working.
Mine's working.
Larry wins. Larry gets 100% on the recording light mod, and I unfortunately for the second time again, I just it did nothing. It basically came out as crappy as it started, and now I've decided to turn it into something else, which I'm gonna do when I'm not drinking. I wish the backlight mod would have happened because that I definitely am pretty regular on. But Tom unfortunately had
Really,
a,
that's nice. Do you,
had some
do you
lifting.
take castor
Yeah,
oil
it happens.
Yeah,
to be regular like that? That's nice.
it's a good regular mod.
I'll bring it to the office tomorrow and sit down
And
with
Ryan
that.
gets a 50%.
Still failing great.
He has it's still failing, but
I mean,
he
You
now
made progress.
he now can play in 2D, which is better than it was.
And no degree.
Right.
I mean, the television was more of a test to find whether or
Right.
not
What was wrong?
the controller was bad or something on
So
the
we'll
board.
consider that one a success.
Yeah.
Let's just
Because
call
I
it a success.
I
We're looking
succeeded
for him now.
in
Yeah.
diagnosing the problem.
Right.
Exactly it.
And then, like I said, no better, no worse. I can call it a draw. It was pulled out of my junk pile anyway. I'm not real worried about that. But I am going to do something with it now, which that's always good.
Punt it.
After I'm done with all my
Punt it.
stupid... and Ryan's going to try and light stuff on fire.
And I turned on soldering.
Yeah, it got a 5E error.
What degree blows out of there? Could you light gasoline with it?
Yes.
Well, it's at 60,
Oh, yeah.
70. That's centigrade. already.
Well,
Yeah,
That's centigrade.
so Mythbusters
a
proved
million
that you cannot actually light gasoline with a cigarette.
Have they done that?
I was just going to say they're mistaken.
Well, a sucked on, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. yeah.
If it's got
Fair
a
enough.
cherry on the end,
Oh,
it's
you
gonna
can't
light
flick
the
it down. They
yeah.
tried.
If it's right, if I just drop it out my window, no, because it's not going to. But if I drop it in gasoline, guess what's going to happen?
Well, but you got to get there quick though. So you'd almost have to have your face into
I love
the
that
gasoline.
Ryan is still using.
The Game Boy.
Oh no, don't.
Hey,
yeah,
should I
definitely
move?
use the Game Boy on top.
Should I
man.
move so you like? I'm gonna move so you like.
The Game Boy's got a heat
I'm
shield
trying to figure
on
out
it.
which one I.
You know that electronics is never gonna be used again, right? I mean, that is not gonna be used for anything. I'm gonna not.
Oh, I
keep
melted
any
the
part of
speaker.
You didn't.
The
That's
speaker.
right. Hey, wait a minute.
There's no speaker on the.
Is that the same one that's used on the Game Boy Color?
Hey, you want that speaker?
Dang it.
Oh, did you hit it? Oh well.
Well, it's just a little bit.
'Cause I had
Just
to buy
remember,
one.
really,
Nah, it's all right.
just remember, really fast,
You
really
want
fast.
the speaker?
Don't,
Not
don't,
anymore.
just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay.
Wait, I don't even hear the sound.
Well, put your hand in front and see if there's heat.
Oh, there's heat. Yeah, I mean, just
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of
Okay, real
You just
fast,
have it-
real fast.
You don't have to like.
Oh yeah, no,
Glare.
enough. Don't, yeah.
I don't. Wait, what temperature is that? It's low, isn't it?
For 60 degrees
Celsius.
Celsius.
Oh, the air is really low.
So you
Yeah,
just
step
like
one,
You don't want it to blow too hard.
wait.
No, otherwise you'll blow chips across the head.
Right.
So this
You're just trying to reflow the solder.
particular fixing effort is
right, good.
essentially a hairdryer.
Yes,
Pretty much.
yes, it is.
All right, I'm fine.
I
with
personally
that.
like to see it bubble up before I'm happy.
Again, you're just
Any
trying
plastic.
to reflow that solder without melting the plastic.
Touch it. If it burns your finger, you got it right. Oh, crap. Oh, by the way, thanks for watching this episode of Guys, Games, and Beer, though we kind of got hosed over here by
Technical difficulty.
Facebook.
Facebook. So.
All right, bye.